Today we're going to make this cute little envelope set for your journal. It's made entirely of book page except for some of the decorations. And inside is this cute little tag pocket. So you got a pocket here with a tag. You turn it over and you have a pocket here with a tag. And then inside I have tucked away another little journaling card. So these are really easy to make. You can mass make them, and you can also use up some of your book pages and some of these little tiny embellishments you have laying around that you don't know what to do with. Okay, they make great clusters. So let me show you how to make this. Okay, to make this set, we're going to need several book pages. It doesn't matter what size you're using. You can make this any size you want. So, but I am going to glue 2 book pages together, and we're going to start with the envelope. And the paper on the back, we want to turn it upside down so that when it comes over, the text is right side up. And you want to glue this to that page with this side right side up. All right, so let's go ahead and get that glue down. I think I got more than one page here. Yep. Okay, so let's glue that down. I am going to sew around the edges so this doesn't have to be too particular. And I just match these up as best I can. They tore funny, so they're not going to match exactly. Just burnish that down really good. Okay. And then actually on this, if you fold it while it's still wet, it doesn't seem to crack. I have had problems with this book page cracking. Let's fold that over just a little bit. I'm not measuring, it's just eyeballing. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little notch right here for the opening. I'm going to round these corners just a little bit. If they will cooperate while the glue is still wet. Nope. Let's do this. Round them, cut them at a slant, whatever you like. Okay, that works. And once that dries a little bit, I'll ink it and then we'll sew it. Now, the next part that we're going to make is the little part that holds our tags. It's got 3 pockets, one on the front, one on the back, and one in the center. So for that, again, we need 2 book pages. The orientation does not matter because it's going to be folded in this direction. So let's get those 2 things glued together. For this super simple fold, you can trim that off if you don't like it. I'll think about that for a minute. But we're simply going to fold this in half. I've seen lots of people make these. Okay, and then we want to take that edge and fold it down. And I'm just kind of using my text to get a straight line. And then take this side and fold it down to meet that one. All right. So now this is going to have to fit in our envelope. So obviously it's the same width, and we're going to have to trim it down. Okay, do this side. Again, I'm not measuring. Might have to trim it some more. Let's see how that's going to fit. So I want it to fit in there, but I still need to have room to sew. And I think I'm just going to take a smidge more off of each side. Oops. Yeah, that's a much better fit. I've got plenty of room on each side to get that sewn down. All right, so let's put that one aside to dry. And then the next one that we're going to make is the two little tags that are going to fit here and here. So for that, you need one book page for each tag. I'm going to fold it in half. And let's go ahead and glue one side of that. All right, and then we're going to fold it in half again. And glue one half. Set that aside for a minute and let's do the second tag exact same way. Okay, now so for this, before I trim this down, I want to see how it sticks out past the edge, and I don't want it to do that. So I'm going to take both of these little tags, make sure and I'm just going to trim off that edge. My glue is still wet, so we probably should not be doing this. And I'm just going to take it right down to that text block. And now these will fit in here nicely. All right. You also want to make sure, because this is going to be sewn, that you have enough room in there for that. All right, let's go ahead and make our little tag shape. I'm going to round my corners. Glue is wet, so it does not want to cooperate. I'll do this one. All right, so we have our envelope done. We have our little 3-pocket thing here that we're going to use inside the envelope, and then these tags go inside that. So while these dry, I'm going to clean up a little bit, go get these sewn, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I had a set of these already made up, so they had dried, so I used these to sew. And all I did was sew around the entire edge of this, and down this side and this side, and then all the way around the tags. So what we need to do now is go ahead and decorate these just a little bit. So for the tags, I already have these little clusters, and I thought that I would just put those on just to kind of break up that book page a little bit. So let's go ahead and ink those. And I'm using Scorched Timber. I'll go ahead and glue that down. And it already glued some distressed paper on the back of there. Let's do this one. These are just little tiny ephemera pieces in the label, and I think they are Tim Holtz. I've had them so long, but they look like Tim Holtz, so I'm going to call it that. Put that on there. So I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole here in the top. I'm just going to put these little coffee dyed hole reinforcers on top there. Okay. I'm doing that because the hole is a 3/16 inch hole, and the hole reinforcers are a little bit bigger. All right, so put this in here. And that just looks really cute there. Put this one over here. And then I pulled out one of these cards that was in my stash. I don't know where it came from. And that's going to fit in there like that. Now, if you put something smaller in there, you're going to have to pull a pull on it, a little one, just so you can get it out of there. And that's going to fit in there. And no, it's not going to fit in there. Look at that. All right, let's pick another one. Here's a smaller card. And that's going to fit in there much better. All right, and then that will sit in here like this. All right. Now for our envelope, that's going to want to sit up. So what I did was I have a pre-made cluster here that I thought was really cute, and that'll hold that flap down like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that glued down. It's really nice to have these things on hand to use. Makes life so much easier. Oops. Except I didn't want to glue all that down. Let me take some of this back up. Let's center that. And then I don't want that to touch. And then that can just be clipped inside your journal on a page, and I think it looks really cute. Really, really cute. And again, we're using up more book pages. I'm using up some additional scraps and some of those little ephemera pieces that just sit around and you never know what to do with them. So this is a good way to use all those up. Now you could decorate this part too by putting a little, maybe a stamp or a sticker or something like that on there. That would also be cute. You could, let me show you what I can do with this. And I hope it doesn't make it too bulky, but you can put some lace across here, but it would have to be kind of thin. I'm not going to do it, but I don't have a big enough piece here. But you could put lace across that little pocket like that on both sides, and that would be really, really cute. Okay, so that's just an additional idea of something that you can do. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that and that you will give it a try. I think this makes a cute little set. You could put some paper in here where people could put hidden secret notes in there as well. But I just think they are adorable, and it's all made out of book page plus some stuff from your stash. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll give it a try. And I thank you for spending your time with me today, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.